All right. So once again, you all are welcome to. I'm really excited for this journey because this 90 days challenge is something I do frequently. In fact, the last time I did a 90 days challenge, that was last 2 years. I did it like twice. Now, one thing about 90 days challenge is it gives you the ability to learn a new habit, implement and practice the new habit so that you become one with it. All right, so that you become so that you become accustomed with the habit, so that you can master the habit. All right, that's the essence of 90 days challenge. And this challenge, I set it up because of my experience, because of my story, what I went through last year. I went through I went through a lot last year, but at the same time I overcame. Not really last year, starting from 2 years ago, I overcame. And when I overcame, I had a message. God laid a message in my heart that since I've helped you pass through this storm, I want you to help as many people as you can. In fact, that's the mission. That's why I'm living. As many people as I can to pass through their own storm, and also for them for me to impact life. The life I'm living right now is a purpose driven life because I'm on a mission. I have a vision given to me by God to help a lot of people. Now, this wasn't my life wasn't like this, or my purpose wasn't like this before 2 years ago. All right, it wasn't like this 2 years ago. My name is Eminent Augusta. I'm an Igbo girl by tribe. I'm a Nigerian. They call me the Alpha Lion Mentor. I am a lion because I believe and I know I am a lion. I'm a lioness. My heritage comes from the heart of a lion. All right, so that is who I am. I'm an eagle. Okay, Dr. Anthony, a publisher, hoping to scale up my business and to grow on YouTube video editing and running ads on Facebook and Instagram. Beautiful. Chinonso Tochi, a civil servant. I want financial freedom. Beautiful. All right, so in this journey, I'm going to be sharing with us my story. I'll be teaching us a lot of things and the lesson I learned and things I implemented that is working for me, that works for me, currently working for me, and will keep working for me. Okay, so I wanted us to be acquainted with each other and know what we are doing and our purpose of being here. So whatever purpose you have of being here, at the end of 90 days, that purpose will be fulfilled. Now, today, what we'll be having today is what I call mind shift. All right. Today is all about shifting your mind from where you are right now. I know someone that is here, though maybe she doesn't want to talk about herself. I know some people that are here, they are in debt and they are looking for a way to go out of debt, to pay off their debts and become free. Some people here are looking for financial confidence. Some people here, you are still in the financial confidence, but you want to upgrade your capacity to learn more and know more especially from me, since I'm already at the level where you desire to be. All right, so all these are the things I'm going to be sharing with us. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my screen right now. If you can see my screen, please kindly indicate if you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, kindly indicate if you can see my screen. All right, let me join us on YouTube with my phone so that I can be checking your responses on my phone. Okay, if you can see my screen, please type 333. If you can see my screen, type 333. Okay, beautiful, fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you very much. So, what's my secret? Hey, I have to. I think I'm re-echoing. Am I still re-echoing? No, right? I'm not re-echoing. Okay, so let's get started since everybody can see my screen. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much for that feedback. Thank you very much for that feedback. All right. So, how do you gain financial confidence? How do you gain financial confidence? Or how do you get yourself out of debt? How do you make that a reality? All right. So now I can remember last year, maybe last 2 years, October to be precise. Um, okay, not let's not talk about last 2 years. I can remember when I graduated from school, I tried searching for a job. Already I started entrepreneurship right from when I was age 12. Some of you already know that story. At the age of 12, I started entrepreneurship. I started business. I went into the business world. I started doing a lot of things. In my family, we have a very big family, a family of almost 15, but 7 children. So we used to buy things in dozens, so that my dad hates buying things on a daily basis because we are much. So each time he buy Lipton milk, I always look for the promo code and keep trying my luck to win stuffs. And I always, because I came from this business family, I always had this desire to have my own money, because I always see my dad counting money every time. You know, na Igbo people, when they go to market and come back in the night, they'll count money with my brothers. I'll be seeing big, big money. And I've always desired, each time I say, let me come and help, you say no. And I hate it when people tell me no. So when people tell me no, you are indirectly pushing me to go get answers for myself. So I've always had a desire to make my own money. In fact, at the age of 12, at the age of 15, I opened my bank account with the 3,500 naira I won from some promo of peak milk containers. So from there, I went into the business world. Even while I was in school, I've been doing business. So the time I finally made a decision to go 100% into business was after my service, when I discovered that I couldn't get a job despite with the awesome certificate I graduated with. And at that point, my dad had some setback and some challenges. And for the very first time, the first business mentor I have in my life, which happened to be my dad, for the very first time, I saw my dad shedding tears in the middle of the night. I was like, this is a man I respect so much. I knew the challenges he was having. He lost his goose. His goose, kind of, how do I put it? Is all this Almaco glass business. So his goose fell into a dish like 3 times, and all those things worth millions of naira. So we stay in Jos. So if a goose is coming to Jos, if you're going to Jos Plateau State by road, you know that if when you get to Nasarawa, you are not climbing a hill to go to Jos Plateau. That's why they call it Plateau. We are living on the plateau. So when you're going to Jos by road, you notice the road going on, like you're slanting down and going on a hill, and there are dishes right there. So my dad's goose fell down there 3 times. So my dad was in pain. He had no one. He's the only son. My mom is the only daughter. Nobody was coming to our rescue. That was when I made a decision not to further my education again. I'm a biochemist. I graduated from Federal University of Technology. So I wanted to further in medicine. But when this thing happened, I told myself, no, I'm not going to stress my dad. I'm going to go all in into the business world to fend for myself. Besides, I'm done with service. So I am my responsibility, no longer my parents. So going into the business world, I had 0 naira. I had a business I was already doing because I was into cosmetology. So I wanted to scale my business as far. Now that I'm done with school, I don't need to be doing things in a small, small way. And at the end of the day, I discovered I needed loan. Now, the loan I needed, nobody was ready to give it to me for me to start my business. And I even tried seeking for loan from financial institution. Nobody was ready to give me. So, ladies and gentlemen, to cut the long story short, I had an opportunity whereby someone was willing to train, coach, and mentor me on how to make money by myself through a program. how I can take advantage of a system to make money for myself. Ladies and gentlemen, I took the offer. I had to go borrow money because I needed, my life was in a serious emergency room. I went to borrow money and I started this business. 2 years after the business, I started doing well. That was 2017. I didn't do much in 2017, but 2018, I did amazingly well. But something happened at the end of 2018. I can't really remember. Something happened at the end of 2018, and I was broken. Like, life happened to me and I was broken, and I told myself, in fact, I was broken. I was depressed for almost 5 days in my room. My parents were like, what's happening to this girl? I refused to talk to anybody. Now at that point, I told myself, I'm going all out on myself, because at that point I lost my team. People around me were no longer, like, it was as if I was being rejected by the people, the few, because I'm not the kind of person that make a lot of friends. But at the end of 2018, I discovered that the people I called my friend in the business world were sabotaging me. And I just knew that, Augusta, you are all alone in this life when it comes to business. Because I can't talk to my parents about the business I'm doing, because they were against me going into the business world full time. They were more interested in me going to further medicine, and yet they don't have the money to further. And I made a decision that I'm not going to stress them. In fact, my dad disowned me when I was stubborn enough to continue the business, to continue my path in the business world. It got to a level where he even thought that he disowned me. I left home. But the day I was leaving home, I told myself that I wasn't angry with my dad, I wasn't angry with my family, but I told myself that I'm going to embarrass each and every one of them with massive success. And I told myself, as I'm leaving this home, I'm going to make sure that I'm massively successful. That when next I'm stepping my foot in my house, that people in my house, my family will respect me. So ending of that 2018, I read a book, and that book opened my mind to a lot of things, changed the way I was seeing life. And 2019, I ventured fully into the business world, whereby I went to a state I've never been. Madam Rukaya, you remember Sokoto? I went to a state people are scared of. I've never been. We always have this mentality that Sokoto is far north there. They don't know anything. They're like, a lot of fear. But I told myself, it's either I win or I win, or I die trying. Why am I telling you this story? The journey we're about to start right now, this 90 days journey, you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision to stay committed to the end. Because if you don't stay committed to the end, the result you're looking to achieve from this 90 days challenge, you will not achieve it. You will not achieve it. Many of us are going through some challenges in life right now. Many of us are in a level in life where we are not happy of ourselves. We are not happy of the results we are making. We are not happy because we are not living the kind of life we want. We are not giving our family the kind of life we want. We are not doing the things we want. Why? Because money is limiting you. Mentally, you allow money to limit you because you judge the possibility of what you can do based on the amount of money in your pocket. So that's exactly what's happening to many of you right now. So let me ask each and every one of us this question, and I need you to type in the comment section. Are you going to stay till the end of this 90 days challenge? Will you be here starting today till the end of our 90 days challenge, or are you going to quit? Answer me in the comment section. Are you going to be among those that will quit before we finish this section, or you'll be among those that will succeed and see this challenge to the end? Which one are you? I'm waiting for our chat. Are you going to quit, or you will stay committed till the end? Are you going to quit, or you're going to stay committed till the end? I'm waiting for our chat. I've not seen anybody typing. Those of us on YouTube, I'm waiting for your chat. I can't see you typing. Those of us on StreamYard, Madam Sean, are you going to quit or you stay committed till the end? I can't hear you. Are you there?
Yes. Am I to
Are you
talk? I
going to
don't
quit
know.
or you are going to stay till the end? You said? Mr. Felix, are you going to quit or you stay till the end?
I will stay and be committed. I will stay to the end and be committed.
Beautiful. Jane Silva, are you going to quit or you stay to the end? Okay, I can see Madam Scholar. She said, I will stay committed to the end by God's grace. Dr. Anthony, you said we are together. We are together is not what I asked you to type. Oh. I said, are you going to quit or you're going to stay committed to the end? I need you to write that word. I will quit or I will stay committed to the end. I need you to type that word. All right, fantastic. Let's continue. Let's continue. So 2019 was when I launched into the realm of being a multi-millionaire in Naira. Now, what happened? In that book I read that I discovered something. I discovered the secret to the mind of the rich and the wealthy people. That was what I discovered. Now, I'll be sharing with us few of the things I discovered. Those things I discovered changed my mindset, and that was what made me fearless to do whatever I want to do. I took risks, and the risks gave me a big reward because 2019, I took one of the greatest risks of my life, and my reward, the reward I got was one of the greatest. Now, you need to focus on changing your mindset in order for you to achieve your financial success. This is the primary baseline. Because if you think you can achieve financial success with what you already know, then trust me, you lie to yourself. And the worst thing you can do for yourself is to lie to yourself. If you don't want to change your mindset, then why are you not successful today? Why are you not rich? Why are you not wealthy? I don't want to use that word rich. Why are you not wealthy today? It's obvious that the mindset you've been operating with has not been working. It's not giving you the life you want. And that is why you need to change your mindset. This was the first thing I discovered. So your belief and your attitude about money must change, because your belief and your attitude will determine your financial future. So the first thing I did was to discard my mindset and my belief in order to inherit a new kind of thinking, in order to give myself the life I truly desire. There are some kind of thinking that many of us grew up from we adopted from our family, we adopted from our environment, we adopted from society, we adopted from our church and religion. So I tell you right now, I'm going to compress my 6 years of success and even my lows when I had challenges, and my prime peak of success. I'm going to compress my lessons and give all of you right now. Do you know why? If anything should happen today and I find myself at ground zero, I will rise to the top very fast. I will rise to the top very fast. Why? Because I have seen that pattern before. It has happened to me before. Last year, January, I was at ground zero in my life, zero bank accounts. I had a lot of challenges, but I ended 2022 December with 9 million naira in my account. That wasn't my goal. Well, let me don't talk about goal. When we get to goal setting, I'll talk more about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing you should do, hope you are writing down your belief and your attitude about money. What do you believe about money? Are you among those that say money does not give you happiness? Money cannot buy happiness. It's a lie. If you have that mindset, you will never be rich and wealthy. Money can buy happiness. If you think money cannot buy happiness, why don't you try poverty? Nobody is ready to try poverty. Everybody wants to see for themselves. Money buy happiness, because the truth is, it depends on what you call happiness. When I'm rich and wealthy, I can do anything I want. I can help people. I can go anywhere, do whatever I want with whoever I want, go wherever I want, do things for people without collecting permission. I can impact and empower people. Right now, what I'm doing, I did not take permission from anybody. God laid it in my heart and I decided to do it. So your belief and attitude towards money must change. Number 2, many of you have a scarcity mindset. And that is why it's as if every day you are moving from frying pan to fire. Now, when I'm speaking in this section, know that I'm addressing everybody on a general note. So when I speak, pick what relates to you. The reason many of us right now is as if we are moving from frying pan to fire is because you have scarcity mindset. And your scarcity mindset limits your earning potential. If your mindset is at this level, you cannot grow. Anytime you want to make money and grow, you cannot, because you are having a limiting belief. You put a roof over your head. You believe that there is no money in Nigeria. You feed your mind with the bad news and negativity of the media houses. They say Nigeria is in debt. You say, oh, Nigeria is in debt. They say there's recession. You say, oh, there's recession. You just put a roof over your head and you cannot grow. All those negative things about money and wealth, you keep prophesying it to yourself and you remain there. So number 2 is what you must adopt, what we call the abundance mentality. Abundance mentality, meaning the growth mindset. You need to leave your mind open and keep growing every day. Never you assume you know. The third thing you need to do is you must identify your own money blueprints. This was what I did. I identified my money blueprints. I learned what a financial thermostat was, and it changed the way I think. It moved my mind from an average mindset to a wealthy mindset. Why? Because I was able to identify my money blueprint and my financial thermostat to achieving financial success. I'll talk about that later. Also, you need to know that if you want to be rich and wealthy, you need to think and act differently from others. Those people that are struggling, you don't need to think like them. You don't need to act like them. See, wealth starts from the mind. It doesn't start from the physical. It starts from the mind. It's spiritual. So irrespective of your current situation right now, I need you to start living from your future. Start asking yourself, what do I really want? What do I want to achieve in this life? I am rich. I am a millionaire. That is what you want to be. Then start seeing yourself and thinking and acting like who you want to be right now, irrespective of where you are right now. So you need to change your mindset. You need to take full responsibility of your money. Never you ever live above your means. A lot of wealthy, rich people, including myself, we live below our means. Intentionally, we make ourselves broke. We make sure that we are never in a level of comfort. The moment we notice that we are in a level of comfort, we are not adapting to an environment of comfort, we intentionally mentally create a discomfort in our mind, set a goal and attain it. And that's why you see we rich people, we are not satisfied. Once we hit one level, we move to the next. Have you seen Dangote with all his wealth saying he's stopping? No. because they know that the moment they hit that comfort zone, they'll start dying. So you must take responsibility of your money and don't live beyond your means. Even if you are rich and wealthy, intentionally act as if you are broke, because that will force you to keep topping your game and keep working hard in making more money and impacting life. Because the only way you can make money is by helping others. So the next thing I discovered was, aside from knowing that I have to change my mindset, I also have to change my thoughts about money. I need to break my limiting beliefs. So all of you listening to me right now, you need to start breaking your limiting belief. In the webinar we did, the first thing I taught us was, when I discovered I was broke and broken, I had to make a decision within myself. I had to get myself in order. I had to talk to myself. Hey, Augusta, what do you want? You are an eagle. So at this point, I had to make a decision. Do I want to die, live a miserable life, play the victim, or do I want to live and gain back the financial confidence I wanted? This was a serious discussion with myself last year, January. And I chose life. I did not choose to give up. I did not choose to live a victim, to live a life of a victim. I did not choose to coward. A lot of things came to my mind. Hey, Augusta, your business you've lost your business. You're in debt. You lost your dad. You have nothing. Or you go back and get your certificate from school to look for a job. It came to my head. But when I made a decision, Augusta, I want to live. I don't want to die. Die doesn't mean someone kill me. Dying means I don't want to coward to anybody. I don't want to coward to any master in the sense of being employed, working for someone, or looking for this sugar daddy boyfriend, or even forcing myself into marriage, all in the name of security. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a victim of life. I don't want to live an average life or a mediocre life. So I had to ask myself, do you want to die or do you want to live? I said, I want to live. Then the next thing I asked myself, Augusta, who are you? All of you, you need to ask yourself the question, who am I? You need to ask that question, who am I? You need to remind yourself who you are, because the reason why a lot of us are struggling in life or struggling in whatever endeavor we want to achieve in life is because you lost a sense of who you are. And I told myself, I am a lion. I am an eagle. And a voice came to my ear. And that's why you need to be careful of people you speak to. You need to be careful of people that speak into your ears. A voice came into my ear, and the voice was the voice of Dr. Ubon King, late Ubon King. He said, if you're an eagle, you already know what to do if you want to survive. I don't know how many of us here knows the story of eagle. If an eagle approached the age of 40 and there are two things involved. They are getting old. So they have a choice. Is either they choose to die right now, they expose themselves to the cold, to the harshness of the atmosphere and of the environment and die there, or they choose to live and pay the price of what it means to live again by isolating themselves and going to the highest mountain where nobody can see them. They isolate themselves, then they start removing their feathers with their beak. When they are done removing their feathers, and it's a painful procedure, removing all their feathers, they will now use they will now scratch their beak on the wall, on the rock, to do what? To break off the beak. They will now also scratch their claws, their foot nails on the rock to break off everything. Why? Because they need to break off everything, remove the old, so that new ones will grow. And it takes like 90 days for them to grow back a new feather, a new beak, and a new claws. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what happened? After I think 48 days, the wings have started growing, the beak has started growing, the claws have started growing. The eagle has been at the top for almost 90 days and is very hungry. The only thing it was feeding on was water and honey. The moment the feathers have grown, the beak has grown back, and the clouds has grown back, guess what? The eagle ventured back into the world, and what betide the first prey it sees, it will do what? It will consume. I told myself, Augusta, you're an eagle. So what is the first principle? I need to isolate myself. So ladies and gentlemen, I was betrayed. I had a lot of betrayal. I had a lot of setback, but I'm thankful because if those negative things didn't happen to me, I wouldn't be where I am today. Whenever God wants to change the trajectory of your life, he intentionally allow negative things to happen to you. He intentionally allow you to experience negative things in order for you to turn around and look back to him, and also he can put you back on track based on his purpose for your life. So I know some of us here, we are in debt right now. Some of us here, we are in scarcity, like we are at ground zero. No, we don't even know what to do again. I want to say this to you. Your current situation was divine. It was orchestrated by God. So don't see it as something bad, but rather see it as a good thing. This thing I'm telling you, I never realized it at the beginning when I was faced with a lot of challenges. But when I discovered that God intentionally allowed those things to happen so that I will be alone. He has been speaking to me, but everywhere is noisy. So he intentionally made things to happen so that I can be alone. He can remove me from the crowd and I can now listen to him. He's a jealous God. He wants me to be his and his alone. He wants my heart to be his forever. And when he removed me from the crowd, guess what? I started listening. And in the process of listening, he was directing my path. So, ladies and gentlemen, you need to take responsibility for your current situation and above all, be grateful. You need to change your mindset. You need to change your limiting belief, and you need to practice. There are exercises I'll be giving us that you need to practice on a daily basis, because success is a daily event. There are exercises I will be teaching you, things I do every blessed day, up till today, till tomorrow. I intentionally do that every day because that is the characteristics of we, the rich and wealthy people. So it includes developing a strong work ethic. Nobody will come and flog you, yeah, this is what you're supposed to do at this time. Or yeah, wake up, do this, or yeah, do this. Most times the things you have to do is not funny, is not you will not like it. But we don't do things because we like it. We do things because it's a necessity. We have to do it. We have to get it done. No excuses. So your work ethic. Many of you are waiting for someone to police you because you are an adult. That's the mirage we tell ourselves. We are adults. We can now do whatever we want. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. But when it comes to discipline yourself to get the life you want, to have the results you want, you are not disciplining yourself. You see where many of us are getting it wrong. So you need to be accountable for your financial success. I know at this point, some of us here, we are at our lowest point and we start asking ourselves, what have I done wrong? Where did I go wrong? I asked myself the same question last year when I got myself to ground zero, when I was broke. I asked myself, boy, I am not extravagant. I don't waste money anyhow. I don't spend anyhow. What happened? I keep wishing that the clock will turn around and let me go back and fix the best, but it won't. So the first thing, ladies and gentlemen, write in the comment section. The first thing is the association. De-associate yourself from everything you know. It won't be easy, but you need to discipline yourself. De-associate yourself from everything you know, and ensure that the only environment, the only friends you are keeping around you are people of success, people that are at the level where you want to be. Anybody that is not at the level where you want to be, de-associate from them. Do not allow them to speak into your ears. Some of you, it could be your family members. Spend less time with them. Surround yourself with successful people, people that are already above where you want to be. Learn how to create your own wealth and your own money, regardless of the economic climate. In this Nigeria, people are complaining of recession, but the same Nigeria, a lot of us are making money. Last year, I grossed 9 million. This January alone, I don't, in fact, this year, I promised myself I'm going to move like a submarine. I won't mention my finances to anybody till the end of this year. January has passed, 2023. How many of you have made 1 million? I've made 1 million. My account statement is even more than 1 million. How many of you have made 1 million? So let you, in these 90 days, I'm going to teach you how to make money regardless of what the negative news in the economy or the negative things happening around you. Why? Because I am in Nigeria, but I don't behave or think like a Nigerian. What do? You need to start investing in yourself. Be ready to spend money to invest in yourself. If you're not ready to spend money to invest in yourself, then you don't deserve to eat food. Because how can you be feeding your stomach when your mind is empty? You don't only feed your stomach, you feed your mind and you feed your soul. You feed your soul with the word of God. Oh Lord, you guys don't even know. Last year, all my life, I've not been spiritual or religious. But since last year, when I had a divine encounter with God, I became spiritual. But I'm not religious. I don't go to church. I'm not saying going to church is a bad thing, no. But in St. Augusta, where I am currently now, I don't go to church. Maybe when I go to visit my family, I will go to church. But where I am right now, I don't go to church. Why? Because God opened my eye and made me understand that I mustn't go to church to find him, that he's a spirit and I am a spirit. So God being a spirit, he's in my heart. I can worship him in my heart. That was what Jesus Christ told that lady, I've forgotten her name, that he asked her to give him water from the well. So invest in yourself. Investment in yourself is feeding your soul with the word of God. Ladies and gentlemen, something happened to me. I've been reading Bible right from when I was small. I went to a convent school, a missionary school. So they gave us this challenge of reading the Bible from beginning to end. I've been struggling with that. I never did it in secondary school. I started doing it in university. I've been struggling with that. But each time I read the Bible, I'm not understanding anything. But last year, when I had a personal encounter with God, it's as if a scale fell off my eyes. I started understanding the words. It's as if every day, Jesus is teaching me something. Every day, he's teaching me something. I don't go to bed without feeding my soul, consuming the word of God. Because the word of God gives you wisdom. Never you ever dare to lean on your own wisdom. No. If you lean on your wisdom, you are the most stupid person in this world. I was in that level. I thought I knew everything. I was stupid. So invest in yourself, your soul, your mind, learning, gaining access to information. I talked about the association. The second thing I did was to gain access. I had to gain access, look for the right information that can move me from being broke to becoming financial confident again. Because there are a lot of information out there, but you must identify which is real and which is fake. So I had to look for the right information. And the moment I saw, I was ready to do what? To pay. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to access the right information from the right group of people, in order for you to create a relationship, there are 3 ways to do that. You either serve your way into that relationship in order to access coaching and mentorship, or you pay your way into it, or you earn your way. To serve your way and earn your way it takes time, but paying your way is very fast. Ladies and gentlemen, I paid my way. Even though it was my last card, I paid. Last year alone, out of 9 million, ladies and gentlemen, 2.5 million went into investing my mind. I was paying for information. When I finish one and implement, I pay for another one. And as I'm paying for information, I was also paying to gain access to the relationship of people that are already where I want to be. So you must learn how to invest in yourself. Investing in yourself, you are increasing your mind, you're growing your mind. And when you grow your mind, you grow your money, you grow your wealth through wise business decision and investment. But remember, the first investment is in yourself. When you invest in yourself, then you build a business that have a system that can serve you, whether you are there or you are not there. And thank God for technology. Everything is now automated. As I'm speaking to you guys now, I'm making money online. That's why I'm here with you guys. Why? I've set up systems that put money into my pocket. And while I'm making money, the excesses of my profit, I'm putting the excesses into investments. And investment is not anything that comes out, you see it as investment. There are ways to identify genuine and real investment. So learn how to diversify. All right, learn how to diversify your portfolio. And when you are investing, don't invest like a puzzle scheme mentality, like an average mind. Invest with the intention of having a long-term mentality. Don't expect anything now. Expect the reward that comes later. So, ladies and gentlemen, the few things I just listed for us right now is the secret to what? To the mind of the rich and wealthy. If you're gaining value, please type in the comment section, I'm gaining value. If you're gaining value, please type in the comment section, I'm gaining value. If you're gaining value, type in the comment section, value. Type in the comment section, value. Those of us on StreamYard, you can unmute yourself. Are you gaining value? Are you gaining value? I can't hear you. Are you gaining value? Madam Joanne, are you gaining value?
Yes, I'm gaining value.
Mr. Felix, are you gaining value?
Yes, I'm gaining value. I am.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, Rukaya, I can see you typing value. Dr. Anthony, value. Awesome. 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 Madam Sean, are you gaining value? Madam Sean, are you Sean? Pardon my English. Yeah, it seems like you're having issues with your network. All right, fantastic. Fantastic. Now, the second thing I want us to discuss, I have just 8 slides. I don't know if I'll finish that 8 slide this night. If we don't finish this night, then we'll shift it, we'll move it to maybe tomorrow or next week, because my intention is to have this section once in a week, give you an assignment, you go and implement, then report back, or we have it twice in a week. So if you want once in a week every Thursday, or twice in a week every, though I don't know the twice in a week, but for now once in a week. But let's ride on. I just have 8 slides for tonight, but in case we don't finish, we may have to stop along the way. But hope we are all getting value. Hope we are all getting value, because right now I want to talk about the thought files and pattern of millionaires and billionaires, because all of you here, whether you like it or not, let me ask, so are you a millionaire in the making, or you're a billionaire in the making? Which one? Are you yet to make your first million? When I talk about million, okay, you guys can equate it to naira, because personally I'm looking at dollars, but let's use naira. If you know you are here and you believe you are a millionaire, type millionaire. If you're here, you're already a millionaire and you believe you are a billionaire, type billionaire. All right. Because you need to start seeing yourself like the person you want to be, like the person you want to become. You need to start speaking to yourself like the person you want to become. You need to start acting like the person you want to become. So the second secret that I discovered, what I discovered and I implemented in my life, was to go and search for the thought files of millionaires and billionaires. When we talk about thought files, I'm talking about how do they think? What's going on in their head? Do they face challenges? Yes. How do they overcome their challenges? When they are in when they are being faced with a challenge, how do they overcome? How do they think? Even when negativity is surrounding them, they don't allow those negativity to affect them. What do? And the first thing I discovered is the rich people, we don't work for money. And all of you here, you are a rich person. Either you're already rich or you're a rich person in the making. Either you're already wealthy or you're a wealthy person in the making. Me, I'm already on my journey to wealth. But I don't come out and tell you I'm not wealthy. I am wealthy. I am rich. So start affirming it, because whatever you say, you prophesy to yourself. If you say you are broke, you are broke. And that was what happened to me last 2 years. When I lost my father, I went into depression for 3 months. And in that period of depression, a lot of negativity, my guards were down, because my dad was the reason why I was doing very well in life. He was the reason why I went into the business world for 5 years, pushing so hard. He was my lion. He was my lion. He was my knight in a shining armor. But when he died, something in me left with him. So that when that thing left, I didn't know myself again. I started living like a victim. I started living a shallow life. Every negative thing I went into depression. It took me almost 6 to 9 months to remove, as in to purge out all the negativity out of my system. So number one, the rich people, we don't work for money. Rather, we prioritize time over money. Why the poor people prioritize money over time? So if you are in this call, it means you are not a poor person, you are a rich person. So you need to start learning and thinking, how do I get my money work for me? We rich people, we think big. We think about owning things for ourselves. Ownership. Even when I was broke last year, January, ladies and gentlemen, my goal was $200,000. I was thinking big. I did not allow my environment to limit me and say, you are broke. Why should you set your goal to $2,000? That's 100 million. That was my goal last year. So we think big. We think ownership. I started asking myself, now is the time for me to build a business I can call my own and set it on automation, so that if something should happen to me, God forbid, I don't pray, but even if something should happen, I will not get defeated like I was. I won't get beaten down like I was when I lost my dad and went into depression. I needed to set a business system that can run outside me on automation, online. And I knew that the digital space, online business, is what I need. So think ownership. So when I made a decision, I'm going to start learning about online business. I'm going to start learning, implementing, and start building. I deassociated from everything I was doing. Some of you know me. I used to be a network marketer, a professional one at that. Of which those skills I'm still implementing it. Once a network marketer, always a network marketer. But I'm not really pushing it like I was pushing before. No. Because I asked myself, if at the level where I was, I did not set things right, and I lost my dad, I went into depression. Coming back, a lot of things fell apart. That means it's a call for me to do or to build something for myself. Because my business required me physically. I need to be physical every day. Pampering people. People are not ready to take responsibility. I was like, this is not the kind of life I want to live till I die. No. The world is changing. The world is fast changing. And the attention of money is going into technology, digital, artificial intelligence. And I'm here struggling to be doing network marketing. I said no. Since I don't have the capacity to build my network marketing business online, I need to save myself first and go and learn, start from the scratch as if I don't know anything, and build. That was what happened to me. So think ownership. Think ownership. I'm not saying network marketing is bad. Network marketing is one of the best things that happened to me because it was a training ground for me. But think ownership. While you are doing your network marketing, start building something for yourself, because that network marketing is not your father's company. It's so bad in Nigeria that many of us in Nigeria, many network marketing in Nigeria, they behave like cults. Once you're doing network marketing, they don't allow you to do any other thing. You must die there. Whether you are suffering or you're succeeding, you die there. So think ownership. While you are doing this, think of something you can create for yourself and put in systems that can do what? That can run and multiply for you, and not always you with your strength. But guess what? Poor people think of employment only. Let me go and work for someone. I thought like that when I was broke. If you're thinking of employment only, guess what? You are allowing your mind to be controlled by the system, and you remain a victim of life. You are eating the scraps falling from the table of the wealthy, and you are, just because you are able to buy a car or you're able to have the good things of life, you think you've arrived. Trust me now, you've not. So the third thing was what? Rich people focus on opportunity. We focus on opportunity. We rich people, we think long term, while the poor think short term, and they're looking for immediate gratification. So when I was broke, I started asking myself, what can I do? What can I do? When life beats you or knocks you down, turn your back and try and stand up. And when you're standing up, ask yourself, what can I do? I started looking for opportunities online, and genuine one. And that was why I paid for information. I started looking for something that would last for a long time. I wasn't looking for how to make money now. It's good to make money now, but for me, I had this long-term mentality. So and when I discovered an organization online, I went into it. I started learning from the scratch. I locked up who I was, everything I knew, who I was. I put it in a box. I locked it. I presented myself as a child, and I started learning from the basic. It wasn't easy. It was a struggle every day. But I did what? I disciplined myself, and I stayed committed. So it won't be easy when you're trying to learn something new, or you're trying to change a pattern of your life in order to get yourself to where you want to be. It won't be easy. You will make mistakes, but your ability to discipline yourself and always stand up whenever you make the mistake makes you a success. Failure is not a bad thing. It's a feedback that life is telling you this is a better way to do it. I failed many times, but each time I fail, I stand up. I try discipline myself. Sleep. Those are some of the things. Food. In fact, there was a period I couldn't even feed myself. I was eating once in a day. There was a time I was so sick, down with malaria and typhoid, I didn't have a dime to go to the hospital. And that was when, that was when God revealed himself to me. I was just lying on my cushion with fever and everything. I was like, what do? I can't go to the hospital. I can't even afford money for drugs. There and there, all I had was me, my spirituality, my divinity, God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. I was communicating with them. They are in my heart. They are always with me. So now they are my best friends. So I was like, God, please, I believe in you, and I know I am your daughter. Please heal me. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what I said that night, but while I was sleeping, running temperature, I felt someone sitting on the couch with me, touching my head. It was as if I was in a trance, but the moment I got consciousness and woke up, I didn't see anybody. Ladies and gentlemen, the temperature I was running disappeared. Like, I was okay. I knew something happened. Why am I telling you this? When you deassociate yourself, remember, I talked about spirituality. You do what? You look for access, look for opportunities, the right opportunity. Gain access to the right opportunity and relationship. Then the next thing is your spirituality. You need to connect with your divinity. So why I digressed a little bit was I was talking about discipline. I had to start disciplining myself on a daily basis. It's time I set my alarm clock from 8 to 12 a.m. You are learning, you're studying. You take your lunch if at all you have lunch. 2 p.m. I start doing my income generating activity. Some of you, the mistake you make, you learn, and you don't implement. I am an executioner. I am crazy with execution and implementation aggressively. So I learn, I implement. I learn and I implement. Many of you here, you want to learn how to make money online. Let me warn you, you're going to feel overwhelmed. And if you are in the right society or community of people that are helping you, challenging you to be a better version of yourself, sometimes you feel as if you're left behind, as if you're not doing anything. When you start seeing other people's success, please and please don't allow other people's success to make you feel like you are nothing or you are doing nothing. Rather, it should be a proof that if they can achieve, so can you. But don't compare the results they are producing when they are ahead of you in the system and you are just day 1, day 2, or day 3. Focus on where you are right now. Too much information can be overwhelming, and that is why you need a coach that can direct your path. And when you have a coach, don't stay by yourself. That's the mistake many of you do. You keep to yourself. You have the privilege of a coach that is ahead of you, that you can be communicating, share your challenges, share your fears, share your success, share your win. So when you share, they'll tell you, okay, this is what you do. So don't get overwhelmed, because when you get overwhelmed with too much information, that's the easiest way you give yourself an excuse to do what? To start lagging behind. So please, in the online space, there is competition. But when you are in the online space, you are on time for yourself. Don't allow distraction or the competition to make you feel like you don't belong or make you feel like you're not doing anything. Rather, have a coach that you're communicating with. Don't wait for the coach to talk to you. Be the one to talk to them. You guys are privileged to have me. When I started my online journey, I had visual coaches, but I had no one to be accountable to. I had no one I could share my challenges with. When I make mistake, I learn, I move on. Because a lot of coaches were like, you have to pay me to coach you. I was like, I know I have to pay, but I don't have money right now. It pained me. And I used that pain and tell myself, let me find myself again. I told myself, I will never, ever be broke ever again another day in my life. Whenever I need money to do something, I must have that money. And that is why I was focused on myself. So another lesson, focus on yourself. You are not in competition with anybody. The only competition you have is you and yourself. Make sure that who you are yesterday does not see the light of who you are today. And make sure that who you are today does not see the light of make sure that who you will be tomorrow does not see the light of who you are today. In essence, make sure that every day you are getting better. And even when people don't give you what you want, learn to see the good in others. This is another thing I discovered. We rich and successful people, no matter how bad people treat us, we have a mindset. We configured our mind to think like a child. You know, children now, when you are not a child right now, they'll cry, but in the next 5-10 minutes, they are laughing. They are playing with you. That's the mindset we have, and you must develop that mindset. Have a childlike mind and a childlike heart. Always see good in people. But don't be mistaken. It's not everybody that will be like you. So learn emotional intelligence and know that you are being good for yourself and for God, not for anybody. So we rich people, we believe that we create our life. We believe we deserve the best. But poor people, they only desire the best, but they don't believe they deserve the best. Everybody repeat after me. I create my life. You can choose to write it or type it. I create my life. I create my life. I believe I deserve the best. Write it. You can even put it in the chat box. I, Eminent Augusta, put your name. I, Eminent Augusta, I create my life. I create the kind of life I want. I live life every day to the fullest, and I believe I deserve the best things of life. And I'm ready to serve the world in order for the universe to serve me. That was the mentality I had. We rich people, we are committed to our dreams. So we are going to talk about goals. So the question is, what dreams do you have? All of you listening to me right now, what dreams do you have? We are committed to self-development. We invest in ourselves to increase our capacity to aim, because when I was broke last year, it was as a result of my capacity to make more money has reduced. I wasn't, one of the mistakes I realized I made was I was doing network marketing, but I was not increasing my capacity to be making more money outside network marketing. That was my mistake. Some of you are broke, you are poor, you are something. I don't know where you are in life. The reason why you don't have enough money is because you did not increase your capacity to make money. And increasing your capacity to make money is not one-time thing. It's a daily thing. And that is why the way you eat every day to feed your stomach, you must feed your mind every day and keep increasing your capacity. We, the rich and wealthy people, we spend our money in self-development, personal investment into ourselves in order to keep increasing our capacity to be making more money. But the poor people, they only think about public approval. They they buy fancy watch, make fine hair, buy wigs, wear nice clothes, buy car just to gain the approval of the public. And later you see a lot of people, they were rich, but later now they are poor. Why? There was no personal investment and they did not increase their capacity to make money. So we rich people, we receive guidance and inspiration from people ahead of us. We don't behave like I already know. ITK, I already know is the reason why a lot of people are where they are today. They've put a ceiling over their head, no growth mindset. And above all, we know that while we've set our dream and our goal and we want to achieve it, number one thing we must do, we must invest in our health. You need to be healthy. One of the mistakes I discovered I made when I was broke was I wasn't paying attention to my health again. I wasn't, as in, I didn't even care if I was rubbing cream. I didn't care as a lady. I didn't care about myself again. I was started, even my skin color. You guys are seeing me. I'm looking bright right now. But I discovered I became darker, pimple everywhere. I wasn't taking care of myself. And one of the ways, whenever I'm scared, one of my weaknesses, whenever I'm scared or whenever I'm overwhelmed, the easiest thing I do is to make myself feel better is to go and eat. Some of us, we have that challenges. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or angry or something, some of us, if it's the men, they'll go and drink alcohol, or some will go to party. But my own is the negative thing I would do immediately was to go and eat food and force myself to sleep, because most time I don't sleep easily. But once I eat and I feel heavy, I'll just doze off. So focus on your health is very important, because this body is the vehicle you need to journey through this experience called life. And to get where you are, you need it. And focusing on your health is also for you. I have to tell myself, I'm now God's. When I connected with my spirituality, I told myself, I am the daughter of God. I am the princess of Jesus. I'm the best friend of the Holy Spirit. I need to keep looking good. In fact, there's something I do every day. Every morning, I'll go to my mirror and ask myself, Augusta, have you seen a beautiful girl today? I speak to myself on my mirror. And gradually, I discovered my skin. I'm now looking fresher. Like, a lot of transformation was going in my mind. The pimples, everything was just going. I'm now becoming healthier. I'm no longer overweight. Like, I'm now becoming, I love the way I feel. I love the energy that vibrates within me. So you need your health. Another thing, you need to focus on relationship, the right relationship. Don't force your way into relationship. Right now, I don't even care. The level where I am right now in life, I don't give a damn if I'm going to lose everything. Do you know why? Because the only relationship I have right now that is like this is me and my spirituality. Whenever I approach people, like, not really like wanting to be friends, some of them like rebel, resist, or I was like, I don't even need. That was then when I always feel bad that this person don't want me to come closer. I don't know why. But when I discovered and connected on my spirituality, I don't even need any relationship with anybody again. I'm enough. Why? Because I have the Spirit of God in me and I listen. Whenever I'm even with people, most times I feel like it's too noisy. Don't get me wrong. I go for community events. I associate with people. I network with people. But when it comes to relationship, ladies and gentlemen, be mindful. In essence, what am I saying? Be mindful of the people you surround yourself with, because you end up being the average of them. So I spend more time with higher quality people visually, even if I can't be with them physically. But on a personal level, I spend more time with myself and my spirituality. So we rich people, in order for us to stay focused in life, because if you're broke and you have low cash flow, that is the more reason why you need to be more focused. The reason why I de-associated myself from the world, from the crowd, from everybody, was I needed to be more focused. And I disciplined myself. I told myself, Augusta, you don't deserve to go see your family till you've achieved most of your goals. I didn't travel for Christmas. Despite I was missing them, but I didn't travel. It's discipline. Why? Because I discovered my purpose. Right now, I'm living my life. When I connected on my spirituality, God gave me a different meaning to life. Because when I lost my dad, I also had issues of brain tumor. So life was like, oh my God, as in life was useless and meaningless. But today, I'm free from the brain tumor. I don't have brain tumor again. Right now, the loss of my dad, I've healed. Right now, I'm living my life on purpose because God has given me a new vision and mission. I'm living my life on purpose and impact. So you must discover your purpose. Before, my purpose was for my dad, but now he's dead. I have to look for another purpose to continue living. And right now, my purpose is for God and for myself. Chikena, everything I'm doing right now, driving hard, is because I'm doing it for my Father in heaven and I'm doing it for myself. It's no longer for human being. Why? Because if I can't trust in human, not that I can't trust in human being again, we are humans. If that person die, what will happen to me again? I'll go back being depressed. No. So I'm now building my empire around myself. My door is open to welcome people, but when they leave, I'm still strong. I will not be shattered again. So rich people, we choose to be happy. Happiness is a choice, irrespective of the challenges you're facing. Ladies and gentlemen, learn how to laugh at your challenges so that your challenges will not laugh at you. When something happens, just laugh at it very, very well. Don't allow your challenges to laugh at you, because when you allow your challenges to laugh at you, meaning you've given up your power and you've made it look so big, like a big elephant that you can overcome. And that is why I say to each and every one of us here, discover, unleash the lion in you. You are a lion. You are the child of God, the Most High. All of you here, whether you're a Christian or you're a Muslim, you believe in God, Allah, Jesus Christ, God, whoever, you believe that there is someone up there. You are a child of God. And in your blood runs the DNA of God. And for that purpose, ladies and gentlemen, it says, no evil can befall you. No mountain can be too big for you. It's just in the mind. When you are facing a challenge and you see, for example, you are in debt, you are owing so amount of money, it's just figures. Most times when I went into debt, I was so afraid. I've never owed someone. Went into debts of millions of naira. I was so afraid. I was like, what will I do? Should I go into prostitution? Should I look for a sugar? Plenty negative things. Should I hang myself and die? Plenty negative things came to my head because no one was there to help me. My dad, I used to hope for, he's no longer there. My siblings, they are all looking up to me. How do I ask them for more when they are looking up to me? So don't make a small thing look big like an elephant. And when you make it look big like an elephant, you end up being the one scared. You created your fear and you are scared of your fear. So when things happen, laugh at it. Choose to be happy. See it small because you're a lion. And when a lion, the reason why God always describes himself as a lion is because of the attitude of a lion. Go and study the attitude of a lion and eagle after this class. That's your next assignment. When a lion sees an elephant, he knows that he's a small cat. But instead of him to be scared of the elephant, he said, this is my food, I will eat you. That's fearlessness. That's attitude, knowing who you are and where you are coming from. You are the child of God. You came from God. So all these small problems shouldn't be bigger than you. In your mind, make it small. And when you make it small, it turns to nothing. So I now made my debt so small. I discovered that I was the one making it look like a big elephant. The lion will see an elephant and say, this is my food. And when the elephant see how courageous the lion is and see that the lion is not scared, guess what? The elephant will now become scared and say, I'm a fool to this thing, oh, let me run. If not, elephant is supposed to be the king of the jungle. So choose to be happy. The next thing is what? Take risks. We rich people, we take risks. Last year, when I was at my lowest moment, I was at a point of, should I go and look for a job? Should I go and get my certificate? Should I go into prostitution? As a woman, plenty things came. I was like, I've never lived a wayward life before. All these men that have money flaunting, because I went looking for who will borrow me. All those I called my friends were not ready to help me. I was like, is this how life is? I've been there for you, but now it's your turn to be here for me. You denied me. But I wasn't angry with them. At this point, I'm happy that they didn't give me, because assuming they give me, they would have defied the purpose of God in my life. I went out, even, oh my God, let me tell you guys something. I was like, this pathway many girls are doing to get money, let me try it. I said, let me just try. I approached a customer, one of my clients that I used to do serious business with. This guy refused to borrow me money. He refused to give me money. He said for him to give me money, I have to be his girl. So he called me over the phone and I was like, okay, let me just go and hear him out and hear what he wants to say. I went to this person and he was like, okay, just be my girl. Don't worry, everything, all your problem will disappear. This is how it's being done. Just look for a man. A lot of my colleagues, they have girls they are taking care of. Just be my girl. Everything will take care of itself. I'll pay your rent, furnish your house, do this, do that. Don't worry, just. And at the end of the day, he dropped 5,000 naira on the table. Hey, I said, Augusta, sorry. He dropped 5,000 on the table. When he dropped that 5,000 on the table, scale fell off my eye. I was like, me, eminent Augusta, the alpha lion. A man look at me from head to toe, drop 5,000 for me to sell my body, to give him my body. I said, God forbid. I stood up. I said, if there are girls and women that life is easy for them and they are making money through sugar daddy and all these things, it's working for them, but it won't work for me. They can tolerate, but me, I can't. So when I took the path of trying to do the runs girl thing, it didn't work for me. I had to pack my bag and go. The truth is, in my mind, I just couldn't. I knew it wasn't right. But I was in a state of fear, confusion. What do I do? Because I made my debt. I was owing plenty people money, so I made it look big like an elephant. Those were some of the mistakes I made. I was so happy that I knew who I was. When that man dropped 5,000 on the table and said, more will be coming, just be my girl. Ha! I said, me, Augusta, 5,000. Augusta that have seen money, smelt money, tested wealth. Ladies and gentlemen, the worst thing that can ever happen to you is better that you've not seen money and you've not tested wealth. You have never been rich. Just remain poor. You don't know what life is all about. Then you've tested life to the highest level and all of a sudden you went back being broke. That's the greatest feeling you never want to experience. But when that thing happened, hey God, I say, Augusta, you are a lioness. This is not you. You can't belittle yourself for this. I stood up. I told the man, I'm not interested. He was like, but you're owing your. I said, I'm not interested. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. In fact, that was the sole thing. That was one of the things that pushed me to de-associating myself. I went to work with I went to partner with some people, some of my colleagues, and I discovered that because I was in debt and I was ready to do anything to make money, they started using me. Ladies and gentlemen, many things happened, and I told myself, Augusta, Oya, de-associate. Just go back, as in, go talk to yourself. Who are you? I had to redefine. I had to remind myself who I was, where I was coming from, what I could do. I had to look at what I've done in the past, and that was when I said I need a new information. I needed new set of information. I needed new relationship. I needed new mentors. So ladies and gentlemen, take risks. I used my last card. I had to even borrow money to get information and start learning new things on how to make money online. Take risks. If it means you go and do things for people positively, because me, I try negative. I saw that I can't handle. It's working for many girls. I don't know what works for people doesn't work for me. Everything I want, I have to work hard right from child. Everything I want, I work hard with my hands and with my head to make it happen. But this time around, I'm not only working hard by myself, I have my God with me. So take risks. Don't be scared to take risks, because if you don't take risks, you will never grow. And if you don't grow, you will not know how good you are. And if you don't know how good you are, you will never be happy. And if you're not happy, what else is there in life? So while you are taking risks, focus on accumulating assets. Focus on accumulating assets. In today's digital space, you can have opportunity of going into crypto investments if you have the right information, not the wrong information that you lose your money. If you have the opportunity of buying software, buying shares of software company, do that. Buying lands, do that. Anything that will give you assets, start accumulating. That was the mistake I made when I was in network marketing. I wasn't accumulating assets. Rather, all the money I was making, I was pouring it back into my network marketing business. And I didn't discover that I was building everything around me. So when I lost my dad and I went into depression, everything gone. So start acquiring assets. You may not do it immediately, but have it at the back of your mind. Today, I own assets that are worth millions of naira, if not billion of naira as I'm speaking. Then the last but not the least is what? Network with people, network with the rich and successful people. I've been in my house indoor throughout last year. I can count how many times I left my door. And the only time I leave my door is to go network with successful people in higher places. I attend events. By Saturday, I'm going to Victoria Island to be with Linda Ikeji. There's an event they are holding. I want to be in the same room with Linda Ikeji. Since this year, I've not crossed my door that I'm going out. No, the only outing I do is to go to market or go to bank if I have issues. So learn how to network with rich and successful people, be it online or offline. I have a lot of online events where I meet successful people, rich people, wealthy people, billionaires, because that's my next level. And I know I deserve it, and I am a billionaire. And above all, ladies and gentlemen, while you are making your money, no matter how small it is, learn how to give back to the society. Learn how to appreciate people with money, people that add value in your life. Even if it's 1 kobo, just give. Learn how to give back to society. Learn how to help, even if it's 10 naira, give. Because if you don't give with a small thing you have, is it when God bless you with big money you give? It mustn't even be money. There are other things you can give outside money. But learn how to give back. It's a principle we wealthy people understand. We give. Learn how to give back to people that cannot give you, that give to people that you know that they can't give you back. Don't expect anything from them. Then also sow a seed of appreciation to people that are impacting in your life. All my online conferences I attend, after attending, there's this place they say thank you. I always send, even if it's 400 naira, $1, depending on how much in my account, $10, $20, I send as an appreciation. You are sowing a seed. You are sowing a seed. Ladies and gentlemen, can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Madam Joan, can you hear me?
Yes, Eminence, I can hear you.
Is my background noisy?
No, not at all.
Not at
Okay,
all.
beautiful. So, are you gaining value? Are you gaining value? Those of us on YouTube, are you gaining value?
Massive value.
Or am I wasting your time?
No. Carry on.
Those of us on YouTube, I need to hear your voice. Are you gaining value or am I wasting your time? I'm not seeing your chat. So this is already 9 o'clock. So meaning we've spent 1 hour 30 minutes. Should we continue? I have 8 slides. This is just the second slide. I've not even done 6. Should we continue or we should shift the class? We should move the section. We should reschedule. Those of you on StreamYard, should we continue?
Continue,
Madam Sean. Dr. Anthony, should we continue or we should reschedule? Those of us on YouTube, should we continue or should we reschedule? I don't know why I'm not seeing your chat. Dr. Anthony said we should continue. Who else is on YouTube? Who else is on YouTube? This is 1 hour 30 minutes. I don't know if you can. I don't think I'll finish the 8 slides today. Maybe we'll have to reschedule. We'll have to reschedule. But I will continue. Maybe by 9:30, I'll stop. Then I'll leave us with an assignment. All right. The next thing is your money mindset. Your money mindset. Please, if it's too much for us, please, you can talk so that we'll. Your money mindset. If you feel that the information is too much for you, please indicate so that maybe we'll end this section and we'll continue. Because I don't want anybody to be lost. I don't want anybody to be lost for any reason. I don't want anybody to be lost for any reason. Mr. Felix, are you there?
Yes.
Are you gaining value?
Yes.
Should we continue or we should reschedule so that you digest?
Let's continue.
All right. But I don't think I can finish what I have today for you guys. I'll just have to. Those of us on YouTube, please, I need to see your chat. If you can hear me on YouTube, please type 111. If you can, because now we are about to enter the main deal. We are about to enter the real deal right now. Everything I've been saying is just like a preamble. It's just like a preamble. Right now, we're about to enter the real deal. And I think I'll just talk about this, then I'll stop for tonight, then we'll reschedule. Because I don't want any of us to miss out, because I know what too much information can do. All right. So I want us to talk about the thought pattern of millionaires and billionaires. Because all of you listen to me here, all of you here, we are rich, we are wealthy, you are wealthy. It's either you are a millionaire or you're a billionaire. If you've not done your first 1 million in Naira, then you are a millionaire. If you're already a millionaire and you've not done 1 billion, you are a billionaire. All right. So what is the thought pattern? There is a pattern of thought, of thinking we millionaires and billionaires have. So what is it? Either you're a millionaire in the making or a billionaire in the making. So what's that thought pattern? It's important for you to know that changing your mindset is the number one factor to you becoming rich. Becoming a millionaire and a billionaire happens first in your mind before it can be seen physically. So it's important for you to change your mindset. It's important for you to change your belief system in order for you to attract wealth and success. Because you attract what you feel. If you feel negativity, you attract negativity. If you feel positivity, you attract positivity. And that's one of the reasons I deassociated. I don't want to be listening to negative people. In fact, even my personal assistant, I stopped her from coming to my house. I only communicate with her on the phone. I stay away from negative talk and negative self-belief. When I'm mentoring people, I have a personal mentorship coaching section where people pay me $500 just to mentor and coach them, VIP mentorship and coaching one-on-one for 6 months. They pay me $500, $1,000. Most times when I'm having that kind of section and they try to become negative, I immediately counter what they're saying and get them to think positive. We rich people, we protect our mind. Our mind is our greatest asset, and that's why we protect it. All right. So whatever you feel on the inside, you attract. And that's why we protect our mind to make sure that we are always feeling positive. We are always feeling happy. We always have positive emotions and energy because we want to keep attracting positive. If someone offends me right now, I'll just overlook it. Why do you think we have the mind of a child? We just 1, 2, 3, we overlook it. Why? Because we know that if we nurture that negative energy, it will just keep attracting negativity. And that was one thing I discovered when I lost my dad. Everything was negative. I was producing negative energy, and that was why negativity was just being attracted to me then. And when I realized, when I deassociated myself, I started purging myself off of every negative thing. So you need to adopt what I call the wealth files of successful and wealthy individuals in order for you to develop a wealth generating mindset. So number one is there is power in your thoughts. If you think negative, there is power in that negative thing. If you think positive, there's power there. But you have the power to cancel the negative in your mind by saying it, canceling it with your words. So it's very important for you to have a positive mental attitude because your thoughts have a role to play in shaping your life and your financial success. When I deassociated myself, I started from the beginning. I started training my mind. I started training my thoughts, even though those negative things, because you don't control the negative things entering your mind. When they enter, your ability to cancel them immediately and delete them immediately. Most times when they enter, I'll tell myself, oh yeah, delete, delete, delete. I will now paint another picture in a positive way to counter it. So there is power in what? There is power in your thoughts. The second thing is what? Desire. When you know there's power in your thoughts, you control the way you think. You control the way you feel. Because the way you think affects the way you feel, and the way you feel affects what you attract. So if you think positive, you feel positive, you attract positivity. Because when you feel positive, you emit an energy, a radiation, an energy of positivity, and the universe receives it through what we call law of attraction, and it sends back to you positivity. But when you think negative, feel negative, you emit negative, the universe receives it and send back to you negativity. Law of attraction. So desire, aside from controlling your thoughts, the second thing is what? Desire. The starting point of every achievement in life starts with desire. And that's why I got all of you to say, I deserve whatever I desire. Because if you don't desire to be successful, you won't be successful. If you don't desire to make 1 million naira before this year end, you will not make it. If you don't desire whatever it is you desire, type for me in the chat box. Whatever that is worthwhile in life, you must desire it first, because it's from the desire the accomplishment starts. Last year, my desire was to make $200,000, 100 million naira. And at the end of last year, I did 10%. The desire was there. So having a strong desire for wealth and success is very important in your life right now. You must develop your ability to harness this desire by creating a concrete plan for achieving your financial success. So the question is, what plan do you have for your financial success? Because if you don't desire to achieving a plan for you to become financially successful, you will not be financially successful. So what's your plan? What's your financial plan for the year 2023? What's your financial plan for the month February? What's your financial plan this week? What's your financial plan today? Did you make money today? So the second thing is what? Desire. I desired to gain back my financial confidence. And that is why, despite I started 2022 last year, being broke and broken, I ended 2022 full of financial confidence and what? I had the heart full of abundance. So you must desire. If you don't desire something, you won't have it. And when you desire, tell yourself, I believe I deserve it. Believe you deserve, because successful people, we believe we deserve it. Poor people desire, but they don't believe that they deserve it. We rich people, we desire and we believe we deserve it. And the universe will serve it to us, will give it to us. So number 3 is what? Faith. You must have faith. So what is faith? One of my role models I love so much, Steve Harvey, he will tell you, faith is the evidence of things hoped for. How does he say? He said, faith is a substance of things, of something, of things unseen, and evidence of things hoped for. You must have faith. Faith is like belief. You must have faith that you deserve it, that thing is already yours. Faith is, this thing I desire and I deserve is already mine. Then you must believe in the attainment of it, that it will happen. Because we all are God's children, and God created us in a way that everything we want. In the book of Ephesians, chapter 3, verse 20, he said, of him that can do exceedingly abundantly above, far and beyond whatever you can think, desire, or imagine, according to the power that works within you. Ladies and gentlemen, everything you want, God already knows it before you even ask. And that is why it's wrong to pray to God asking him for something. I'll talk about that later. Because number 1, I didn't know how to pray right from childhood. So when I was broke and broken, all I was in, God, please help me pay my rent. I didn't know I was praying a wrong prayer. God, please help me get money. God, please give me money. God, those are wrong prayers. Because I didn't know that God has already given me everything I want. All I needed was to trust in him, believe in him, and have faith that it will come to me. Then go about living my daily life, doing the action that requires me to do or produce the life I want. Just because we know that God said, I will give you everything you want, he doesn't just deliver it on your street. If God make you to know when he will give you what you want, then there's no essence of faith. So it's very important for you to have faith in your ability to achieve your goal. Have faith. You can. It's already done. Have faith. You can pay off your rent. You can pay off your debt. You can take care of your children. You can give yourself the life you deserve. Have faith. It's possible because it's already ordained. Because God's desire for us is that of prosperity. In the book of John 10:10, he said, I came to this world. He sacrificed his son, Jesus. Jesus came so that we can live life and live life in abundance, meaning it's already settled. The check has been signed. So you see, everything is about the mind. Do you see how devil will enter our mind and be playing soccer, be playing football in your mind? Because you allow him to play and plant the seed of negativity, negative thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, you are a spirit being, you are a child of God. You don't even know the percent of how powerful you are as a child of God. You're a spirit being. You're a spirit, but with human flesh. And that's why devil will always enter our head to plant negative seed in our head so that we will feel negative emotion and attract negativity. That's the work of devil. So whenever you feel you think negative and feel negative, cancel it immediately. Know that it's the devil that is playing football in your mind. Chase him out. Don't give him any place to rent and stay. So have faith. It's very important to have faith in your ability because God is with you. And that's why you need to connect back to your spirituality. Allow yourself to be one with God in you. You don't necessarily need to go to church or go to mosque. God is in your heart. He's in your heart. Anywhere you are, you pray to him. He answers you. He's in your heart. He's waiting, he's sleeping, waiting for you to wake him up and talk to him. I communicate with God as if he's my best friend. As the way human beings communicate, that's how I communicate. Before I sleep, when I wake up, I say, hey, God, good morning. The way I'll wake up to say good morning to my father, hey, God, good morning. Hey, look at what I have been indoor for almost almost a year. How do you think I'm surviving? Some people like, how are you surviving indoors? They think I'm just alone. I'm not alone. I have my spirituality with me. Another way to build your faith is power of visualization, because what you've not seen, you can't get. So start painting pictures. Have a video. Start creating a memory video. Start creating pictures. Visualization. Start visualizing those things you want. Paint the picture in your mind. Stop watching movie. Start watching movie in your mind. Every morning when I wake up, do you know what I say to myself? Today is beautiful. It's beautiful in my neighborhood. It's beautiful in my mind. And once I say that, my day will be beautiful. My mind will be beautiful. I'll start creating beautiful, positive images. Also, while you are creating positive videos and images in your head, also use positive affirmations in manifesting success. Though I'll talk about affirmation and visualization in an intensive section. So when you are having faith, another thing you need to do what? You need to learn how will I put it? With faith, having a picture and a video of what you want, speaking it out of what you want. In that process, you are doing something. You are feeding your subconscious mind. You are doing things consciously, but feeding your subconscious mind. You are influencing your subconscious mind through what we call auto-suggestion. Your subconscious mind does not have control over itself. So whatever you think and feel, you are giving a feedback to him, and he collects it and plants and nurture and harvests it for you. I hope you are not lost. Did I lose anybody? Hope you are not lost. So you must learn how to use an auto-suggestion. We call it auto-suggestion, meaning create a powerful image in your head or video in your head. Speak positivity consciously, consistently, 3 or 4 times, more at least minimum of 3 times in a day. Then your subconscious mind picks the feedback and go and work and build on that to make it a reality for you. So positive self-talk is important. To plant positive self-talk, positive self-talk, positive belief into your subconscious mind and make things a reality for you. Because your subconscious mind is the engine that works with the universe, the infinite source of wisdom and power and intelligence. You've heard people say your mind and your mind is a gateway to your soul. Or more like your soul is, your mind is a gateway to your soul. Your soul is your subconscious. So know that the subconscious is what is the boundary between you and the spiritual realm. But many of us keep feeding our subconscious in a negative way. So please, whatever you think, you say, your subconscious picks it and nurtures it and produces in quantum together with the universe. The 5th is what? Focus on specialized knowledge. When I told myself, okay, it's time for me to gain information, I didn't go looking for any kind of information. I looked for information that will solve my problem and get me to where I want to be. And that was when I said, okay, the world is headed into the digital space. I need high income skills in order to build a high income business and run it on automation. Have a business system that can run without me. So focus on learning specialized skills. And that was what I was telling someone one day. My children, when I get married, my children will not go to normal school. They'll school at home. I'll get teachers that will teach them specific things. So focus on specialized knowledge, personal experiences or observation. When you focus on special knowledge, you will notice that your experiences, you will start understanding why things happened the way it happened, why you experience, and you start observing, as in your level of observation will just increase. So it's very important for you to educate yourself continuously with knowledge. With knowledge, you gain power by feeding your faith and starving your fear. The reason many of us are scared as if the whole world will fall on our head is because we lack knowledge, we lack information. And that's why you see when you are in debt, as if a big elephant is about to fall on your head. Fear, the reason why people are scared is because they lack information. You are not feeding your faith, you are feeding your fear. So educate yourself continuously, feed your mind, feed your soul, feed your faith by the word of God and by wisdom, by knowledge, the right knowledge, specialized knowledge. You must be intentional in acquiring specialized knowledge in order for you to achieve success in a particular field. And that's why online is competitive, and too much information, it can be crazy. And that is why it's very important you have a mentor. There are people under my mentorship. I always ask them, what are you doing? Or yeah, this is the first thing you need now. Finish this before you move to the rest. Because you can't be doing here and there, you end up being overwhelmed and you get tired. So specialized knowledge, finish one, implement, have result, then move to the next. Even if you're not having result, but keep implementing, move to the next. The most important thing is that you've learned. So the next thing is what? Imagination. Imagination is the workshop of the mind. So you must build up your power of imagination and how you can harness it to visualize it. Manifestation, visualization and manifestation. So when you can think, you create a picture, play it like a mental video. That's imagination. And when you keep seeing it visually, continuously, and keep saying it, you are sending a feedback to your subconsciousness, and guess what? You manifest success. So imagination. And that's where vision board will come into play. I will talk about vision board extensively. All right. The next thing is what? Organized planning. Don't worry, we won't go far. After this section, I'll end. I won't go to the next slide. The next thing is organized planning. You must be organized in your planning, because you have a plan, then you need to plan in order to execute. There's no such thing as time management. Time management is a mirage. It's what we use in deceiving ourselves that we don't have time. Everybody have 24 hours. The same 24 hours you have. All the rich and wealthy men, we all have 24. Eminent Augusta have 24 hours. We the rich and wealthy, we have the same 24 hours. But look at what we do. We do priority management. There's nothing like time management. Rather, focus on priority management. Organize your plan, then focus on your tasks, on every given task in every time allocated. You've noticed about 4 times my phone has ringed. Out of those 4 ringing, 3 is alarm that is telling me it's time for this, it's time for this. Every hour, I know what I should do every hour of the day. So it's very important at this point to plan and set your goal in pursuit of success and wealth. You must plan, set your goal, then execute on your goal aggressively in pursuit of success and wealth, including in creation of written plan. You must don't do plan in your head. They say the shortest pen is greater than the tallest man. So you see this pen, very, very powerful. Write down your plan. And when you are setting your goals, be specific. Be specific and make sure that your goals are measurable. So number 8 is what? Decision. Mark Modon said, decision makes a man. So you need to make a concrete decision that this is what I want, no matter what, come rain, come sun, I am going for it. Because ladies and gentlemen, it won't be easy. Oh. There are days when you don't feel like waking up from your bed. There are days when you don't feel like doing anything. There are days when you feel like giving up. There are days I feel like that. There are days, countless number of time I feel like quitting. But I said, no, it's either I succeed or I succeed, because I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. So you must make a decision and back it up with something just fell here now. Sorry, guys. Something fell on my table. I don't know what that is. I think it's sorry, I'm scared of all these mosquitoes and all these flying things. Something has been flying around. All right, not don't mind me. So, decision, the mastering of execution to do what? To overcome procrastination. When you make decisions to do things, see that you do that thing. When you discipline yourself to see that you do that thing, guess what? You overcome what? Procrastination. Many of you procrastinate a lot because you feel like you're an adult and you can control your I think this is a cockroach. Oh God. Oh. Sorry about that. It was a cockroach that was flying. In Lagos, I just splitted my house recently. I don't know where this cockroach came from. Sorry about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hate cockroach. That's one thing. I hate cockroach. In Lagos, normal shelters don't kill cockroach. They say you have to buy sniper and is it crazine? Sniper and Kero, crazine, mix it together. That's the only kind of combination that can kill cockroach in Lagos. Shelters does not kill cockroach. And I fitted my house recently. I don't know where that one came from. But sorry about that. All right. So I was talking about decision. You must learn how to make quick, decisive decision. And look at what we successful people do. When we make decision, we act immediately. We don't think twice. We act immediately to overcome what? Procrastination. Even if it means we drag our leg to do it, we'll do it. Even if it means we move slowly, we move slowly. All right, in order to do what? To overcome procrastination and achieve success. Okay, so the next thing is persistence. You must persist even when you feel like giving up, even when you feel like quitting, like, you can't continue. You even ask yourself, who sent me to do this thing? You must persist. You must sustain. Persistence is a sustained effort necessary for you to induce faith. Because when you persist and tell the universe, whether you like it or not, or you must give me this, I must have it, you must give me, come rain, come sun, I die here. You see, the universe will be forced to give you, to serve you what you want. Now, why do you think they say keep in the book of Matthew, they say he who knocks, the door will be open. And he said, if the door is not open, keep knocking till it's open. Even Jesus said, when a bride, I don't know which story was that, he said, keep knocking till the man opens up. So persistence, you must persist until you succeed. You must have persistence in the face of challenges, because challenges will come one after the other. And that is why you need faith. Challenges help you build up your faith in yourself, in your spirituality, in order for you to achieve success. All right, so persistence, doing it until you succeed, no matter what may come. Die doing it. So the last but not the least is what? Driving force of power. There is a driving force of power, and you have that power in what I call mastermind. And that is why your relationship is very, very important. You need the right relationship. You need to be in a surrounding of mastermind, people that know better than you, people that challenge you to be at your best. If you're in an environment where nobody is challenging you, then please run away. Run away. If you are the smartest person in your group, you are in a small group, run. Go and keep surrounding yourself with people that will challenge you, people that will push you to become a better version of yourself. I cannot overemphasize the importance of teamwork and collaboration in achieving success. It's very important. because collaboration is the new currency. In today's world, if you don't work with people, teamwork, collaboration, then trust me, the journey to you attaining your success will be long. And that's why you need a coach, you need a mentor, you need a team of people, group of people that challenge you. So you must be involved in a powerful mastermind group, communities, people of like minds, individuals. All right? Individuals of people that can challenge you. So in conclusion, I'm here to provide each and every one of us the roadmap towards achieving success and wealth in any area of your business. We'll have the section where we're talking fully about business, implementation, systems, and all that. We'll have a section. Sorry, you see this cockroach? I think it's devil that is trying to distract us because I'm saying powerful things here. And they just sent a cockroach from nowhere. I was surprised. So where did this one come from? But we overcame. I've killed it. We overcame. So I was saying something. I'm here to provide you with a roadmap you use in achieving your success. And that is why for you to master everything I'll be teaching us, it takes you minimum 21 days to master a habit. All right? And that's why I'm going to be here with you between now in the next 90 days. We will not be seeing every day. We may see once in a week or twice in a week. Because after meeting you, the proof that you will be successful is when my motivation is gone. Are you ready to discipline yourself to do everything you are learning today? That's the proof that you're successful. Because we successful people, we don't wait for motivation. We discipline ourselves to get things done, even when we don't feel like it. So you can develop a positive mental attitude, harness your desire, and create an imagination, then take practical steps towards achieving your financial wealth, your financial success. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, hope you are gaining value. I think I'll stop here for now. If I enter the next slide, we'll not go home today. We'll stay here till 12 midnight. Because this coaching, these 90 days, I want to pour myself, not reservation. I'm pouring myself through my experiences. We've not even gotten to go setting and all that. So are you gaining value? Did you gain value today? Tell me, in those of us on YouTube, type in the comment section, what's your take on what did you learn so far tonight, from tonight? What did you learn so far from tonight? Those of us on StreamYard, Madam Joan, what did you learn so far? Share with me, what did you learn so far?
I've learned a lot. So, in fact, I can't say all now, but I've learned a lot.
Give me one thing you learned. Everybody on YouTube, type what you learned. One thing.
My money mindset. I have to be disciplined. Whatever I said I'm going to do, I should discipline myself and do it. Even if it will deny me my sleep, I have to just deny myself that sleep and do whatever I've said I'm going to do. I don't have to procrastinate, because procrastination.
Beautiful. Talking about sleep. Sorry for cutting you short. Talking about sleep. Sleep is one of my weakness. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have. In fact, if you come to where I stay in Lagos, I got an accommodation that will make me not to feel comfortable. So my accommodation is like a studio. I didn't furnish my accommodation to make it look like a home. My setting, I made it look like a studio. I don't have a 4 inches bed, like 4-corner bed. Let me tell you guys something. In order to discipline myself, I told myself, because I can discipline myself very well, I told myself I don't deserve a bed till I've attained so goal. Why? Because I want to overcome that weakness of too much sleep. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have a small, student bed. When it's time to sleep and I don't sleep too much, maximum I sleep in a day is 6 hours, but maybe 2 hours in the afternoon, 4 hours in the night, just to rest my brain. You know what I do? Once it's time for me to rest my brain, I have a cushion here, that is big enough that this big relaxing cushion. I'll just stay there, do 1 hour or 2 hours, rest my brain, wake up, continue again. If it's in the night, 4 hours sleep or 3 hours sleep. Like last night, I slept around 3 a.m. I woke up 6 a.m. My body have adjusted. I can remember when I was struggling, but now my body have adjusted. Anytime, if I want to, I will sleep 4 a.m., 6 o'clock, I'm awake. So I got a small student bed. Once it's time, I bring it. I have a room, a big room, but I'll bring it into my studio, close to my working table. Why? I want to discipline myself. Some of you don't have that issue. Me, I know myself. And it's very important. That's why Socrates said, man, know thyself. Know yourself. Know your weakness. Know your strength. Then do things that will help you overcome your weaknesses. All right. So that's wonderful, Madam Joan. That's wonderful. I'm happy that you picked that. Mr. Felix, what about you? Are you there, Mr. Felix? Those of us on YouTube, please write for me one thing you learned, one thing you're taking home today. Mr. Felix, are you there? He's not there. Madam Joan, are you there? Seems like you're having network issue. What is why each time I call your name, I won't hear you. Those of us on YouTube, how far? Type for me what you learned. So my next question is, should we meet next week, or we should meet today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. Should we meet next week, or we should meet tomorrow? Time, or we meet next week Thursday? Choose one. Madam Joan,
anyone you want. Anyone you want, Eminent, so we'll make time for that. Just fix the time for us, no problem.
Beautiful, I love that. Dr. Anthony said, hooking up to the source of our being, setting up our goal and scaling it up with action. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, beautiful. So at this point, I will end here so that the video will not be long. Tomorrow, we still have 5 more slides to go. So tomorrow, the same time, 7:30. So the assignment for us right now is I need us to write down the mindset that you need in order for you to achieve your goal. I know I've not taught goal setting, but I need you to write out the mindset you need in order to move from where you are right now to where you want to be. As a rich person, as a wealthy person, as a millionaire, as a billionaire that you are, write down the mindset. Write at least 10 mindsets that you need to have, and you need to start acting like it. All right, 10 mindsets that you need. Okay, so write it down. Tomorrow, that's the assignment. So tomorrow we submit. So any question? Do we have questions? If you have questions, you can ask in the chat, or you unmute yourself. Those of us on StreamYard, you can ask your question. Those on YouTube, you can drop your question.
I have a question.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
It's okay, but there's somebody whose microphone is making noise. Please, the question I want to ask is in the area where you talk about choosing a special knowledge. And you spoke that you have been telling people that your child may not go to this
our normal
what do we call it? Our normal school. That is the thought I have too. I have the same thought that because I so much believe in entrepreneurship, and I think that right from childhood that I will start training my child towards entrepreneurship, building the mind.
Beautiful.
Because we believe school is a scam, as we used to
School
say.
is a scam.
But we
Our
have been
school system
yeah,
is
it's
trained,
a,
is set up in a way whereby people are being trained to work for people, to be employed. They don't teach how to make money. And the truth is, how will they teach when the teachers and the principal, the lecturers themselves are not even rich and wealthy? So it's just like
yeah,
a
okay,
blind
that is
leading
it.
blind.
Yes. So, but with that thought, I have been criticizing myself that how is he going to be if somebody amounts wealth or he learn to make money and start making money, but he doesn't know anything about his environment? Because if we start teaching these children, if we teach them how to make money, we teach them about internet, about crypto, about this and that, when they don't have the knowledge of maybe history, civics, other subjects, because like those who go to school, they have little knowledge of all subjects. So that when you talk of government, they know a little of it. When you talk of other subjects, they know a little of it. But if these children want to build in our own way, if all they know, if their focus is only on money, how to make money, then how do we think they will be able to cope with the society?
Okay, that's a wonderful question. So when I say I won't send my children to the normal school, meaning they'll be home taught and they'll be home taught, meaning I will choose what they should learn at a particular age. For example, when they are home, I can get a teacher and I say, okay, for 3 months, teach them English. Let them be conversant with English. Once that goal is achieved, I'll say, okay, teach them history. These are the history. You know the history that is needed and essential for a child to know. Teach them that. All right. So when I say my children will not go to the normal school, because I don't want them to go to the normal school where they will be teaching them both things that is relevant and things that is not.
I support that.
I choose those things they will learn. So some of the things they teach in school are relevant, but I choose the one they will learn and the one they will not learn.
Okay.
All right.
You
For
choose
example,
the
now,
relevant one and drop the irrelevant.
exactly. And that is where I say specialized knowledge. And that's why it's good to start on time, to start training your child to see where their strength is, what they want to be. Some of them may be more good in entrepreneurship at a young age. And that's why you see in America, abroad, you see at a young age, that many of them have learned how to create things by themselves.
Yes,
So that
yes,
as they are
yes.
growing, they know their potentials. But in Nigeria, we don't have that system. So as young as they are, they will, in fact, 80% of their study will be more on creativity and entrepreneurship than 20% on those basic things.
Okay.
So since you have a school, all those knowledge are necessary. But now you can make it in a way where people choose the one they want. If they've gotten to the level where they know what they want to choose, then you can add some of these special, some of the external knowledge of entrepreneurship starting from the ground. When you talk of online business, the people that can at least between the age of 12, because our generation now, the children of this world is the TikTok age. They can use Android phone more than you. So their level of understanding is higher than you. So you can say 12 years and above, they can start learning one skill online at a time, one skill online about the online business at a time, one at a time.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. Yes.
So that
Thank
is
you.
it. Okay, any other question? Dr. Anthony, any question? Madam Xuan, any question? Sean, I'm murdering your name. Sean, I don't know. No question.
No question.
Sean. Okay, Sean. It's Sean, Madam Sean.
The question that the guy just asked now, although my network was bad, I don't even know when that was mentioned. But while he asked the question and you answered, he added another knowledge to me too. So the question he asked is okay, and I benefited from it as well. I'm even thinking towards that direction. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much. So see us tomorrow, 7:30, so that we can finish this section, then now move into the next section. So thank you very much for your time. Remember your assignments, write minimum of 10 mindsets that you need as a millionaire or a billionaire, as a rich and wealthy person. 10 mindsets you will start practicing from everything we got today. All right. So thank you very much and have a great and wonderful day. So when you write your assignment, drop it in the Telegram group. Drop your assignments in the Telegram group before 7:30. That's the way of honoring your commitment. All right. And those of us that are here, if you want to share this opportunity, you saw the value you got. If you want to share this opportunity to have others come here, I'm doing this for free. The 15K you guys said is what's your commitment, so that you honor my time and I honor your time. All right. So if you want your friends to be there, you can request for the materials, the video, and the link, so that they can watch and also get them in. So you can post on your status. You can ask me what you need. I can give you materials to post on your status. So most of the chatting is done by people. All right. When I'm the one chatting you, know I'm the one chatting you. So if you need the materials to post on your status to get your friends aware of this opportunity, you can also do that. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. See us tomorrow by 7:30, so that we can finish up everything
Thank
about
you.
the mind.
God bless
Because
you. Good night.
everything starts from the mind. If you can overcome your enemy, which is you, if you can overcome yourself, your mind, and set your mind right, then every other thing will fall into place. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a great and wonderful day. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.